FlameFrags is one of Minecraft's best PvPers, known as the Immortal Demon. But despite his many feats like killing Clown Pierce, Main Pair, and even Minitech, nothing compares to how insane this one fight was.
They were using decorated pods to store items, and I accidentally placed my sword into one of their pods. I'm telling you right now, if you don't give it back, I'm just gonna kill you, so...
What are you gonna do, kill it with your fists? What?
Yeah, he just killed 4 players with just his fist. That's insane, but what's more insane is that none of this is real. And nobody noticed. You see, the video I showed you is also a short with over 16 million views and was created on a scripted SMP, the Unstable Universe. Meaning, not only is this video both fake and scripted, but more importantly, out of over 6,000 comments, everyone believes FlameFrags really killed 4 players with just his fist. But why? I mean, there are so many YouTubers who get caught faking or scripting their videos. What is it about FlameFrags that makes it genuinely difficult to determine whether he's playing legit or not? I want to find out exactly what goes into this, and just how many of these real video clips are actually fake. But there's a problem with doing that. You see, with the way FlameFrags started his channel, it makes it difficult to even tell if he cares about real PvP in the first place. I know, sounds hard to believe, right? But it's true. It's within his first video ever where Flame explains exactly this while playing Hunger Games.
I don't plan on going pro or competitive with anything. It's just all for fun. Nothing serious. You guys can like watch my videos for fun. Don't expect me to be like super serious on videos. It doesn't matter to me.
PvP doesn't matter that much to you, right? I'll remember that for later. But at this point, he wanted his channel to be not that serious, and it was in the beginning. But as most of you likely know, this wouldn't last long at all, because FlameFrags only continued these chill videos for a very short amount of time until just 1 year after making this video, he created a video called Killing a Player with 1,029 Wolves. Yeah, FlameFrags, so much for not being serious about Minecraft. But jokes aside, it was a good thing he became serious, because this would become one of the most important points in FlameFrags' YouTube career. Because instead of chill, laid-back Hunger Games videos, FlameFrags was now making some of the craziest Minecraft SMP content on the platform, where he went from taking over entire Minecraft servers with no armor to becoming literally immortal and beating Clown Pierce in a 1v1 on the Lifesteal SMP. It was through these points where Flame not only got way better at PvP, but also made himself known as the player you just don't want to mess with. But despite all of the PvP he learned and got better at, his next decision is exactly what led to making his PvP seem fake. And you're not going to believe the reason why. But first, let me tell you about today's sponsor, War Thunder, the most inclusive vehicle combat game ever made, free right now on PC, consoles, and mobile. Command over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships from 10 nations, from 1920 biplanes to today's fighter jets and main battle tanks. Experience intense PvP battles with detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects that put you right at the helm. I personally recommend you try the new mobile version on iOS and Android. It has easy controls, great graphics, and the same massive ground, sea, and air battles anywhere you go. Join over 95 million players worldwide and grab the free bonus pack through my link in the description. It includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive Eagle of Valor Decorator, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account. This works for PC and consoles only, and for all new and returning players who haven't played in 6+ months, so claim it now with the link in my description. Anyways, as I was saying, FlameFrags' next decision that led to his PvP seeming fake began when he made a big shift in content. Because while FlameFrags did start with unscripted SMP content on the Levels SMP and then the Lifesteal SMP, he would notice how much better, longer, and scripted content was performing on YouTube, leading him to want to make content on the scripted Unstable Universe himself. This worked out perfectly because, fortunately for him, Unstable Universe was created by players from Lifesteal. And so that's what FlameFrags did. He began making scripted Unstable Universe videos as well as continuing to make his unscripted Lifesteal SMP videos. But in a way, this new mix of content would start to work against him because he took a pretty weird approach to making his scripted videos. You see, FlameFrags did something different than most Unstable Universe creators. Instead of playing a role of a character who was different to him, like like a Hollywood actor would, Flame's scripted character was almost exactly like Flame himself. FlameFrags is just really good at PvP normally, and so is his Unstable Universe character, which on the surface doesn't seem like a bad thing, but in FlameFrags' case, it kind of is. Because with this in mind, when FlameFrags then began to mix his uploads with both real and scripted videos, it has made it nearly impossible for people to know whether it's real or fake just by watching him PvP. And if you think the solution to this is just checking the description, let me tell you that you're dead wrong. Because it is true that all of the videos on Unstable Universe have a disclaimer in the description saying that it's a scripted video. So even if you can't tell from watching the video if it's real or fake, you can always check the description to be sure. But this isn't true for reposted short videos. And trust me, there are now several viral reposted short videos of FlameFrags spreading like wildfire, all of which include literally no disclaimer on whether it's from a real FlameFrags video or a scripted one, which as you can imagine can cause a lot of issues. Every new FlameFrag viewer or viewer that has only seen FlameFrags' real videos would now completely believe that everything they're watching is all real. And while this is an issue that is getting worse and worse with the rise of short-form content, there's actually a solution. I found actual ways for you to tell the difference between these real clips and the scripted ones. And all of it actually comes down to three major things, with one of the most important being player behavior. You see, in scripted FlameFrags clips, you'll almost always see players doing things that just don't make any sense. Specifically in this clip, even though there are 4 players and only 1 FlameFrags, they all have iron armor while FlameFrags has enchanted netherite armor, which is a huge disadvantage for them. So what do? They decide to act overly confident while taunting FlameFrags to come and fight them. I mean, this is just stupid. Setting aside how good FlameFrags already is, it makes literally no sense to try to fight anyone when you have way worse armor, even if it's a 4v1. Like, what? But as crazy as this telltale sign is, there's more things that stand out in scripted clips that don't in real clips. Because the second major thing is the way that players panic. Now, I know that might sound confusing, but it's so true. On the Lifesteal SMP, or even the Levels SMP, when players that FlameFrags are fighting are getting low, they will do anything that they can do to stay alive as long as they can. Doesn't matter if it's spamming blocks, placing water, throwing pearls, they will try all of it just to stay alive. But in the Unstable Universe, this isn't really a thing. Like, instead of running when you're low with no food, players just sort of trade hits with each other until one dies, making this yet another thing to keep an eye out for when trying to tell if a clip is real or if it's scripted. But there's one more major thing that you can look for, and that is the editing and the voice lines. When the editing is overly cinematic, with cool angles or drawn out visuals, you can almost always chop it up to being scripted, because the majority of FlameFrag's real fights are very fast-paced, messy, and chaotic, and never have these cool angles that are drawn out like most Unstable Universe videos are. Nor do they have any corny voice lines.
What are you gonna do? Kill it with your fists? What are you gonna do? Kill it with your fists?
I can't. Like, a player literally hinting at what is going to happen next very rarely occurs in real FlameFrags videos. I mean, that's just so funny. But the main takeaway from all of this should tell you that FlameFrags is actually just so good at PvP that even when he fakes a stunt, you still can't even tell if it's fake or if he really did it because he's that good. That's so insane. And just one more thing. Again, I just really want to thank War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to play it for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile now by using my link in the description. New and returning players that haven't played in 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack available for PC and consoles only, which includes multiple premium vehicles and other goodies, only available for a limited time, so don't miss it.